Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roundtable. I am Vinnie Close, Assistant Council Commissioner for Roundtable Program and Support for Great Trail Council, and we are happy that you have joined us tonight. I know I say this every month. I say that we have a lot of information to share with you over the next hour, but it's really true this month. We have a lot of information. We're going to try and pack it in the next hour for you, so hang tight. We got a lot coming up for you. Let's start out tonight like we always do with the Pledge of Allegiance, the Scout Oath, and the Scout Law.
Those in uniform, please salute. Those who are not, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
All right. Hey, we want your Scouts to lead us in the Pledge, Oath, and Law. If you're interested, if you have Scouts that are interested, or if you want to volunteer them, let us know in the chat, and we will contact you after the broadcast to make arrangements. We want to welcome those of you that have joined us online. We're happy that you've joined us. To help us track attendance, share your unit number and city in the live chat. And if you have any questions during the broadcast, let us know, and we'll get them answered either in the chat or live on air. Our Council Commissioner is standing by, ready to help. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that a good leader inspires people to believe in a leader. A great leader inspires people to believe in themselves. Servant leadership is central to fulfilling the mission of Scouting America, and new research reinforces just how powerful service can be in shaping young people. A recent study from the Gallup and Allstate Foundation found that youth who participate in service and volunteer activities report significantly stronger outcomes in career readiness, community connection, and resilience. Based on a national survey of more than 3,000 young people aged 12 to 25, this research found 52% said service helped them feel more prepared for a future career. 48% of youth who serve say they are confident that they can achieve the career that they want, versus 33% who do not serve. 79% report that service helped them feel more connected to their community. And 2/3 say they feel capable of handling whatever challenges come their way. Youth who spend more time serving report even greater confidence in leadership, teamwork, communication, and problem solving. The findings highlight an important truth. Service does more than just help communities. It helps young people build the mindset, skills, and resilience that they need to succeed in life. Programs like Scouting America that emphasize service and leadership are not just meaningful exercise experiences. They are powerful tools for youth development. Now, we have a link to the full report on our Roundtable website at gtcscouting.org/roundtable. Now, before we get into our Roundtable program, we want to take a minute and send out a special congratulations to our own Reverend David Weyrick, Vice President of Relationships for Great Trail Council, who will be one of the recipients of the 2026 Silver Beaver Award. I'm sorry, the Silver Buffalo Award, not Silver Beaver. He already has Silver Beaver. Silver Buffalo Award. Sorry about that, David. The Silver Buffalo Award is Scouting America's highest national honor for distinguished service to youth on a national level. Now, Reverend Weyrick is just the 5th recipient of this award from Great Trail Council in our council's 105-year history. He will formally receive this award at the National Annual Meeting on May 14th in Dallas. So, David, there couldn't have been a better person to receive this award this year. You've done a lot for this roundtable, and you've done even more for all of us here in the council. Congratulations. We also want to spend a special shout out to a group of people who are on their way to the moon right now. Now, if you're following this mission like we are, you know that in about 40 minutes or so, the Artemis II spacecraft is going to fire its rockets to begin its 4-day voyage to the moon. And a fun fact, the reason we're even talking about this, all 4 astronauts on this mission were scouts, including the mission commander, Reed Wiseman, who is an Eagle Scout. So guys, have fun on your camp out and be sure to share all the pictures with us. We can't wait to see them. Now, if you have questions about something that you've seen during Roundtable, whether it's this episode or a previous one, or you just have a scouting question and you don't know who to ask, let us know. We have a very simple form that we've created. It goes directly to me, and you can get your question or problem answered. You can see the address to that form right there at the bottom of your screen, and we may even use your question in a future episode, like one of our segments coming up a little later on tonight. All right, first up tonight is our safety moment, and for this month, it is about shooting safety for our range and target activities. Let's look at this video produced by the National Council.
Safety considerations should be on the top of everyone's list, especially when dealing with firearms. The Boy Scouts of America and the National Rifle Association, also known as the NRA, have worked together for more than 100 years to develop a strong shooting sports program. Many NRA-trained men and women in BSA local councils are willing and available to work with units and youth. Too often, individual units want to go shooting with whatever guns they have at whatever location they think is safe. However, the BSA shooting sports program is age appropriate, structured with specific types of firearms and the appropriate places to shoot. This safety moment is not all-inclusive of every shooting rule available to you, but should serve as a reference for you to make sure the shooting activities your scouts are participating in are conducted appropriately and in the safest manner possible. Every council generally has a shooting sports committee to manage and provide resources for all activities involving shooting sports. Age-appropriate guidelines limit the shooting sports in Cub Scouts to council and district activities. Cub Scouts in the Tiger, Wolf, and Bear ranks can only shoot BB guns. Weeble Scouts can shoot pellet rifles. Unit-level activities only occur in Boy Scouting and venturing. Some programs in Boy Scouting are limited to council camps and special safety programs like pistol and cowboy action shooting. An established public range is preferred for any live fire. Provisions are set up for use of private ranges. These provisions involve council and landowner approvals. Using appropriate and adequate eye and ear protection will help to minimize the risk of injury. The proper ratio of range personnel and youth is essential. Both instructors and range safety officers are needed for live fire. Each has a different role. Permission slips from parents are important, and in some states required for youth who will be shooting. No one follow the standard operating procedure for any range being used. Review the council range SOP in advance. The BSA shooting sports program does not include any firearms or devices regulated by the National Firearms Act, including machine guns, silencers, and short-barreled firearms. Use appropriate targets. The BSA program does not include the use of humans, human representations, animal targets in Cub Scouting, or incendiary or exploding targets. When handling firearms or operating a shooting range, take a pause for safety. Pause before you start, assess possible hazards, understand how to proceed safely, share your plan with others, execute the activity safely. Find more tips and resources for shooting safety and other safety moments on the Scouting Safety website.
All right, up next now is our membership moment, and we're going to talk about summer recruitment activities. One of the best ways to grow membership is by having a family fun day, and there couldn't be a better time than summer to host them. Ask your current scouts, parents, and troop committee to come up with 3 names each to invite to an upcoming family fun day. Invite former scouts and unit alumni to participate in the day of fun. Youth want to belong to units with their friends, whether that's new or old. Asking a variety of leaders to host or run each family fun day is important so that everyone can enjoy their summer and the responsibility doesn't fall on just one person. Helps with burnout too. Summertime allows more flexibility when planning. These can be planned any time of the day or week, inside or outside, with either structured activities or casual drop-ins. Ask your scouts what activities they would like to do. Even troop members know what their friends will be interested in. A few suggestions. Go to a professional baseball game. We have lots of baseball teams in this area, both at the major league level and at the minor league level. A lot of them are doing scout nights a couple of times this season. Have a Scout Olympics. Have a Dutch oven cooking potluck. They love to see when you guys do cooking. Go to a splash pad. Do some tie-dye or some other STEM activity. Go to a library or museum meetup. Go do a discount movie meetup at a matinee for one of the movies, especially some of the ones that they have this summer. A few theaters will have some dollar shows a couple of nights a week. Go on a hike or a full moon hike, or go on a rocket around the moon, whichever you happen to be doing. Do a campfire with some songs and s'mores. Have an ice cream party. Have a family volleyball or softball game. The opportunities are limitless. And remember, these are meant to be fun for the whole family. Now, once you've selected an activity, promote, promote, promote. Through your scouts, their parents, through email, social media, and peer-to-peer cards. Those can work as well. Families are looking for ways to connect with their children and with others. This is an opportunity that should not be missed. Invite prospective scouts and their parents back to future events. It might take several visits to get them to even feel comfortable. Continue to host family fun days throughout the year to give youth and families a chance to join and come back all year long. Now, in the coming months, we're going to be focusing our membership moments going forward on retention, as we need to ensure that we are doing what we can to keep the scouts that we recruited. Trained leaders and a quality program go a long way to ensuring that scouts stay in the program. We have to keep delivering on the promise that we gave them in that recruiting presentation. So look for future membership moments to focus a lot on retention. Time now for our Duty to God moment, and this month we're going to cover the Scouts Read Sacred Texts program, a program that now has the full support of the Scouting America National Council. We have the slide up on screen here. So this is being held next month on May 7th. It is in conjunction with the National Day of Prayer. All youth-serving organizations and faith-based youth groups worldwide are being encouraged to participate. So the way it works is all scouts are being encouraged to read on May 7th or any time that week that's convenient for them. Youth, their families, and their faith leaders can decide the specific texts to be read. Now, it's suggested that youth read for at least 15 minutes, but that's up to each individual. You might only have a tiger cub or something that can maybe only do 2 to 3 minutes. If you're an older scout, you may want to do longer, whatever works for you. In 2025, over 5,600 youth participated reading sacred texts for a combined of over 2,300 hours. And of course, like anything we do in scouting, there are patches and stickers to commemorate the event. You can register online at that very long web address that you see below, scoutsreadsacredtextsworldwide.org. Now, there's a challenge for us in Great Trail. We are not currently in the top 25 when it comes to number of people that have already registered for this event. And also, our neighbors up to the north in Lake Erie Council, they're in the top 10. Come on, guys, we got to beat Cleveland, right? We have to do better than Lake Erie Council. So go out there, sign your youth up, sign your adults up. Let's register and let's get Great Trail Council up in the top 10 there. All right, time now for our first of our 2 hot topics for tonight, and it is about preparing for that pack-to-troop transition. Hopefully, you have received, or you are going to be receiving pretty soon, a lot of Arrow of Light crossovers. We talk a lot about how to handle welcoming the scouts into your troop, but what about the adults? Are they ready for the transition? How do we work with them to acclimate to the way things are done in Scouts BSA? Because as we've said before, Scouts BSA is not Webelos 3. Here to present this month's video is Garfield Murden, the National Director of Scouts BSA.
Welcome to this month's Roundtable. The transition for Cub Scouts into Scouts BSA is an exciting event and a big milestone. Adult volunteers frequently transition from pack to troop along with their scout. Volunteers not familiar with the troop program are often surprised by the differences between the program and the role adults play in a scout-led troop. New troop volunteers need to understand these differences, and experienced volunteers know how to communicate these differences clearly. So today, we'll equip you with a way to explain the biggest differences to your new volunteers by using comparisons to a pack. Let's start with committees. Troops and pack committees have similar roles. Both are led by a committee chair with the input of the chartered organization representative, but manage the administrative aspects of running the unit, things like budgets and bank accounts. A troop committee may differ from a pack committee, however, in scheduling communication, and we'll discuss that in a moment. Troops and packs differ in their leadership structure. The adult volunteer Cub Master in Cub Scouts generally plans and leads the meeting and delivers the program to the Scouts. Many would logically assume the Scoutmaster does the same. However, in a troop, the youth are the leaders. The Scouts plan and lead meetings and outings, while the Scoutmaster and the Assistant Scoutmaster ensure safety and act more as guides and mentors for the Scouts in the development of their leadership skills. Scouts BSA is set up with the youth as the leaders to help them develop their leadership ability and experience personal growth. They learn how to plan, manage conflict, and communicate well with adults and their peers. You'll often find the Scouts in a troop handling their own schedules and communications, which can at times look a little messy, but they're learning valuable life and leadership skills by doing it themselves. The Scout in the troop elects their own key youth leader, called the Senior Patrol Leader. The role of the Senior Patrol Leader, or SPL, is quite like the Cub Master because they plan and run the troop meetings and outings. The Scout Master's role is to give leadership guidance to the Senior Patrol Leader in these endeavors as needed. Conversely, a Den Leader is an adult volunteer who plans and leads a small group of Cub Scouts. We have patrols in a troop, which are a small group of Scouts, but in a troop, the patrols are led not by an adult volunteer, but by a youth elected by their patrol, called the Patrol Leader. The patrol leaders form a leadership group with a Senior Patrol Leader, called the Patrol Leaders Council, or PLC. The PLC meets outside of regular troop meetings to plan for the troop. Advancement highlights another key difference between a Cub Scout pack and a troop. A Cub Scout works on one rank per year, while a Scout in Scouts BSA advances at their own pace. Adults should encourage and support Scouts advancing in rank and earning merit badges, but recognize Scouts at the troop level advance and progress on their own timeline. The greatest part of achieving advancement for a Scout is understanding they did it themselves. Learning to let Scouts lead themselves can be challenging for adult volunteers in a Scouts BSA troop. We even have a saying you may have heard: train them, trust them, let them lead. Scouts at the troop level learn best when we teach them and then allow them a safe space to practice, make mistakes, and recover from those mistakes. As adults, if there are health or safety concerns, we should immediately step in. Otherwise, our role is to step back, observe, and allow the Scoutmaster to mentor the troop youth leadership as necessary. While there are significant differences between a pack and a troop, being a volunteer in either program is deeply rewarding. Thank you for all you do to help our packs and troops be successful. Please use the additional time to discuss the questions on the screen.
right, thank you, Garfield. You might have heard, maybe once or 1,000 times, that this year our country will celebrate its 250th year of independence, and Scouting America is all in on the celebration. With the new Impact 365 National Service Initiative and a National Day of Service coming up on November 14th, there will be lots of service opportunities throughout the year. That brings us to the celebration challenge that has been presented to Scouts nationwide. As America celebrates 250 years, you're invited to dive into the adventure of a lifetime. Explore bold ideas, take on creative challenges, visit historic places, and team up with friends and family to make a real impact in your community. From uncovering the meaning of freedom to designing cool patches, from building time capsules to stepping up in service, this challenge is all about learning, leading, and having fun while making history. Parents and leaders, you're part of the journey too. Together, let's spark curiosity, build character, and celebrate the spirit of liberty that shapes us all. A special Liberty in Action 250th Anniversary Challenge Award is now available for Scouts and Scouters to earn in all program levels. You can see the patch there on the left side of your screen. Scouting America invites you to explore ideas about citizenship and community, take on creative challenges, and visit historic places. Team up with friends and family to complete the challenges to learn about and celebrate the spirit of our country. Once completed, you can wear the Challenge Award patch that you see there on screen, that Liberty Bell-shaped patch, now available in Scout shops nationwide. Now, details on the program and the awards are now available in the show notes for this broadcast on our Roundtable website at gtcscouting.org/roundtable. Okay, time now for our second hot topic, and it is on the topic of digital merit badges. Don't get the wrong idea, but we'll explain it here and in this video as well. The Merit Badge program is getting some updates, and we have the information and training you need to know to be ready. For starters, all Merit Badge pamphlets are now available as free PDFs on the scouting.org website. Now don't worry, the printed copies are still available in the Scout store. For those of you that are out on the trail and don't have internet service on your cell phone or tablet, you can still get the paper copies, and they're always going to be available. Merit Badge pamphlets will now also contain a QR code that will direct people to the latest version of the Merit Badge requirements instead of them being printed in the pamphlet, which will mean that the pamphlets will stay current longer. By 2027, digital resources will be available for all Merit Badges. We're currently in year 2 of this 3-year period of them making all of these digital resources available for all 141 Merit Badges. Garfield Murden is back with this video presentation.
Hello Scouters, I'm excited to share some significant news about Scouts BSA's digital transformation of the Merit Badge program. This initiative will enhance accessibility for our Scouts, introduce relevant new badges, and create engaging ways for youth to interact with the program while maintaining the values and traditions we all cherish. The most immediate change that will impact all our troops is that Merit Badge pamphlets are now available as free PDFs on the scouting.org Merit Badge website. Consider how this will benefit your troop. We've all experienced that moment when a Scout suddenly needs a specific pamphlet, or when families struggle with the cumulative cost of multiple badges. For those of us leading troops, this digital access removes a significant barrier. Don't worry, printed pamphlets will still be available at Scout shops if you prefer physical copies. We're excited that this digital option now gives every Scout equal access to these valuable materials and information, no matter their situation. Just remember, for the very latest Merit Badge requirements, the online Merit Badge Hub and Scout Book is your best friend. Looking forward, Scouts BSA is introducing an AI Merit Badge. This badge goes beyond simply technology awareness. It covers artificial intelligence fundamentals, ethical considerations, practical applications, and even career pathways that might interest our Scouts. We are particularly excited to introduce Scoutly, an AI assistant designed specifically to help Scouts complete badge requirements. Currently, we are testing Scoutly in a few local councils to adjust the experience for Scouts and Merit Badge counselors. In addition, a cybersecurity merit badge is being developed for release later in 2025. This new format of delivering content will assist in the learning and retention process of our Scouts. Merit Badge pamphlets will continue to be available for Scouts to use if they choose to. The Scoutly AI Assistant merits further discussion. While initially paired with the AI Merit Badge, the vision is to expand its capabilities across the Merit Badge library. Content from existing Merit Badge pamphlets will be incorporated so Scouts can engage with materials for various badges through this interactive platform. Scouts will continue to work with a registered Merit Badge counselor to complete the Merit Badge requirements. Think about the practical applications a Scout working on requirements during off hours or in remote locations will have available. This tool supplements rather than replaces the vital mentorship we provide, especially as Merit Badge counselors. Scoutly, our AI tool, supplements rather than replaces Merit Badge counselors. It serves as an additional resource for Scouts to explore Merit Badge topics, similar to the information found in Merit Badge pamphlets. The recently launched Scouts BSA Test Lab represents another innovative approach. Did you know the National Service Center receives approximately 65 new Merit Badge ideas annually? Many of these recommendations are incorporated in troop meeting support materials such as program features and other Merit Badges. Merit Badges that do not fall into these categories, the Test Lab will provide a structured way to evaluate these concepts for potential implementation. What makes this approach valuable is that feedback comes directly from those most invested in the program, our Scouts, their families, and leaders like yourselves. The Test Lab badges already introduced include life skills, wildland fire management, and auctioneering, with dance and sewing, along with psychology and skilled trade badges planned for this summer. Each Test Lab badge is supported by digital resources that enhance the learning experience. This method ensures that new badges are relevant and meaningful to contemporary Scouts while maintaining our program's educational integrity. Scouts BSA has developed a thoughtful 3-year implementation plan for this digital transformation. For 2025, free PDF versions of all Merit Badge pamphlets are now available on scouting.org. Digital support for 20 less popular non-Eagle badges will be developed. In 2026, Merit Badges resources, videos will be created. Digital Merit Badges for the 20 most popular non-Eagle badges will be released. Eagle required badges will have interactive digital formats. By 2027, digital resources will be made available on all remaining Merit Badges. Our Scouts have grown up in a world where digital experience are the norm. They expect resources to be accessible, effective, and engaging, and Scouting is responding appropriately while preserving the foundational elements of our program. This evolution represents a thoughtful balance between tradition and innovation. As Scoutmasters, we have the opportunity to help our Scouts navigate these new resources effectively. I encourage you to explore the free PDF pamphlets currently available. Introduce your troop to the upcoming new badges and consider how these digital tools might enhance your Merit Badge program. For additional information, you can contact merit.badge@scouting.org or Scouts BSA Chair at scouting.org. Now it's your turn. Please discuss the questions on the screen, and thank you for your continued commitment to developing tomorrow's leaders through Scouting.
All right. So since we're on the topic of merit badges, let's talk more about the Scouts BSA Test Lab. You heard Garfield talking about it just a few minutes ago. We want to thank Stambaugh District Executive Todd Davis for suggesting us to go a little deeper into this topic, even beyond what Garfield just talked about in the video. So, as you saw in the video, the National Service Center receives about 65 new merit badge ideas annually from Scouts, families, and Scout leaders. Now, the Scouts BSA Test Lab was launched a little over a year ago, and it encourages Scouts and Scouters to kick the tires and offer feedback before a merit badge goes from concept to production. As was mentioned, a Scout can work with any registered adult on a Test Lab badge. Since the badge isn't official yet, they can work with any registered adult. There obviously are no merit badge counselors yet for a merit badge that's not official. When they've completed the requirements, the Scout provides feedback by completing a survey. And when that survey is completed, the Scout is going to receive a certificate to show that they've met all the requirements of that prospective badge. And then after about a year or so of testing and providing feedback, the committee is going to get together and decide whether a particular Test Lab badge is going to be made into an official merit badge. The cool thing about this is if a Scout completes a badge that's eventually approved by the committee, the Scout automatically receives credit for earning that badge. Now, as you can see, there are currently 9 badges in the Test Lab. 3 of these merit badges, Test Lab badges, I keep slipping and saying merit badges, they're Test Lab badges. 3 of them will be offered this year at Manitowoc Summer Camp. This is our second year of doing it, as we also offered 3 badges this year. Now, the 3 that we are offering at Manitowoc Summer Camp this year is that middle row: physics, sewing and needlework, and dance. So those 3 badges will be offered at Manitowoc Summer Camp. The one at the bottom there that you see, competitive gaming, that one we hear is actually being fast-tracked, and it is expected that it is going to be announced and made official as a new merit badge this July at the National Jamboree in West Virginia. So look forward to that one. That one seems to be fast-tracked for approval. All right, let's now take a look at some upcoming events. First up, we have our Scouts BSA Range and Target Sports Days. These will be weekends starting next weekend, April 11th, and they're going to go through November 14th. It's not every weekend, but many of the weekends between April and November. These are all at Camp Manitowoc, and it is free as part of the adventure program. When you sign up, there are 4 disciplines that are available. There are 2 of them that will be offered in each session. So the 4 disciplines are rifle, shotgun, archery, and tomahawk throwing. And you'll see the different permutations of all the possible combinations thereof for those. And you can sign up online, sign your unit to do it online. If you're a member of the Order of the Arrow, the Marnock Lodge Spring Fellowship is coming up at the end of this month at Camp Manitowoc, April 24th through the 26th. It is $25 per person to attend. Always a great time. Meet up with your fellow Arrowmen and Arrowwomen and have some good fun out at Camp Manitowoc. Play some games and participate in all the fun stuff that they do at the Spring Fellowship. We talked earlier about Scouts Read Sacred Text. That is coming up on May 7th, and that is nationwide. For summer camp is coming up pretty quickly, and our leaders pre-camp meeting is on Saturday, June 6th from 10 a.m. to noon, and it will be at Camp Manitowoc. It's either going to be in the dining hall or in the Lewis Conference Center, depending on how many people. Pre-registration is required, and at every unit that is coming to summer camp, it is asked that at least one of you attend that leaders pre-camp meeting. The next day, on Sunday, June 7th, are the pre-camp swim checks. That is from 1 to 4 out at the Camp Manitowoc swimming pool. Pre-registration is also required for that. There are 30-minute time slots that you can select between 1 and 4. You must also bring with you your medical form parts A and B. And this is for swim checks for any of the summertime programs. So that is Scouts BSA Summer Camp, as well as Cub Scout Day Camp and Cub Scout Overnight Camp. And you can get that done ahead of time and not have to worry about it at check-in. Finally, The 2026 National Scout Jamboree, we just talked about it. There's probably going to be some merit badges that will be introduced there. That is July 22nd through the 31st at the Summit Bechtel Reserve in West Virginia. There are still slots available if you want to join the Great Trail Council contingent, although the slots are filling quickly and time is running out. So if you are interested in attending the adventure of a lifetime, head on and sign up for that right away. Also, if you're thinking of visiting, visitor passes for visiting the Summit and the Jamboree are now available. You can go onto the Summit's website and you can purchase your visitor passes to go down and visit. I will probably be going down one day, so I may see you down there. Register online for all of these events at the address you see there, gtcscouting.org/calendar-events. One final thing about our Scouts BSA Summer Camp. The merit badge signups are now available on the website. You can go on and as long as you have registered your Scouts for summer camp, you can now begin the merit badge sign-up process. There's 67 merit badges that you can sign up for. I know your kids are all going to be saying 6, 7, so we'll just get that out of the way and won't say that ever again. But yes, lots of merit badges. There's 23 new merit badges this year, and there are a lot of fun activities that are going to be happening on Wide Open Wednesday, which is the open program this year. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be planned and a lot of stuff that you can plan as a unit. All right, next thing we want to talk about is we have some district recognition events that are taking place this month. Let's see when and where they are. They're all happening next week. If you're in Canal District, it's on Thursday, April 9th from 7 to 8:30 at the Akron FOP Lodge number 7, and it is $15 per person to attend. Crooked River District is also doing theirs on April 9th, and it's from 7 to 9 at your normal meeting place, the Kent United Church of Christ, and it's $5 per person to attend. Soaring Eagle District, also April 9th from 6:30 to 8 at Medina United Methodist Church. They don't have listed if there is a cost involved, so you might have to check with them and see whether or not it is free. It's just not listed in the event record if there is a charge. Maybe free for all we know. Finally, Stambaugh District is coming up on Sunday, April 12th from 5:30 to 8:30, and that is going to be at the Camp Stambaugh Rotary Building. If they get too many people, they did say that they will move the event to the dining hall if they end up getting more people than can fit in the Rotary Building. And to attend that is $12 per person. And for that, you can register online at the same address, gtcscouting.org/calendar-events. All right, in other news, it's back and better than ever. The Adventure Plan, or TAP, is the go-to website for planning safe, fun, and unforgettable Scout outings. This very popular program from the past is back and has been updated for the present. So far, the response on social media that we've seen has been great. People are loving the fact that it's back and that they can now have some program planning helps for their adventures. So the way it works is, using 6 steps that are called waypoints, TAP guides you through everything from weighing options and handling logistics to creating itineraries and reflecting on your adventures. With links to scouting resources and a full resources section, it makes answering "how do we" questions easier than ever. Every scout and leader should have this tool in their toolkit, and you can access it at the address that you see on screen there at scouting.org. And speaking of the return of things, the scouting planning calendars and resources have made a comeback as well. Those of us that are longtime veterans of the scouting program know that these were things that used to come in the old Scouter magazine that we used to get as scout leaders. Of course, that magazine isn't anymore, and that meant that the planning calendars and resources went away. But now they're back. These popular resources can help packs and troops plan adventures and build a full calendar of activities. Utilizing resources that will be published each month in Scout Life magazine, monthly themes are suggested for both packs and troops to use while planning meetings and outings. Scouts will read stories related to these themes in the magazine and on scoutlife.org, where these stories are also available to non-subscribers. We have links to these fillable PDF calendars on our Roundtable page at gtcscouting.org/roundtable. All right, up next, we want to share the calendar of upcoming training to make sure that you have them on your unit calendars to save the date. First up is Den Chief training. We have it coming up. It will be offered weekly during Scouts BSA Summer Camp out of Camp Manitowoc, and it's free to attend that. If you have any Scouts who are either Den Chiefs and haven't received the training, or you have some Scouts that would like to be Den Chiefs, this is a great opportunity to do it one night out at summer camp. They haven't announced which day that is yet, but look for that in the coming weeks as to which day of the week that training will be offered. Up next is Wood Badge 2026. It's going to be held over 2 weekends, April 17th to the 19th at Camp Manitowoc, and on May 16th and 17th at Camp Butler. Now the catch is you have to attend both sessions. You can see the cost there. There is financial assistance available, and unfortunately the early bird pricing has already passed on that. Next is Introduction to Leadership Skills for Troops, or ILST. Now this is for youth. This is youth training. It's going to be April 25th from 8 a.m. to noon at Camp Stambaugh. It is free, and this is a required prerequisite for any Scouts that you are going to be sending to NYLT. So if this is something that a lot of troops do themselves, but if you're a new troop and you don't really know how to put one of these on, or maybe it's been a long time since you've done it in your troop, this is a way to get your Scouts to learn how to do it as well as to get trained on the program, and they can then bring it back and do the training in your troop. Again, that's April 25th in the morning from 8 to 12:30 at Camp Stambaugh. The next one is IOLS training, Introduction to Outdoor Leadership Skills. This is for the adults. This is April 25th and 6th at Camp Stambaugh. It is free to attend. This is required training for Scoutmasters. So if you're a Scoutmaster and you have not taken this training, you've got a couple of times to take it this year because it is going to be required by the end of the year that you have taken it, or your unit will not be able to be renewed. It's free. The next class, if you can't make it in April, is going to be October 16th and 17th at Camp Manitowoc. And it's also going to be offered during Scouts BSA Summer Camp this summer at Camp Manitowoc. So a lot of opportunities to take it. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up to take it. This is the outdoor portion of leader-specific training for Scoutmasters. Next is USA Archery Level 1 certification. So if you would like to put on an archery thing within your troop, or you've taken the certification and you've let it expire because it's only good for 3 years, or you would like to help out at an archery session for one of our range and target sports activities, this is the certification that you need to take. It's going to be offered on May 2nd from 8 a.m. to noon at Camp Manitowoc, and the cost for that is $25 per person. Finally, National Youth Leadership Training, NYLT. This is coming up on June 7th to the 12th at Camp Stambaugh. There will be boys and girls courses that are offered. We had Jericho Johnson on a couple of months ago. If you want to go back to our previous roundtable in February, where Jericho came on and talked about NYLT, because he is the course director this year for this course. It's $330 a person. There is financial assistance available, and the early bird pricing for this ends on May 2nd. And to sign up for that and to get more information, you can go to gtcscouting.org/NYLT. And like all of our other events, you can register online for all of that training at gtcscouting.org/calendar-events. All right, up next, we've talked about training. We've got some important updates here. We talked about them back in February when Jericho was on, because he also is our council training coordinator. We want to talk about our council training policy. So this is enforcing a rule that we've had in effect, but we just haven't been enforcing it the last couple of years because we haven't had the mechanism to do it. It is Great Trail Council policy that all unit leaders and committee chairs, also known as the Key Two, must be fully trained in their position by unit renewal time on or before December 11th, 2026. So if you're unit leader, whether that's Cub Master, Scout Master, crew leader, explorer, post advisor, whichever it happens to be, if those two people are not fully trained in their positions by unit renewal time on December 11th, your unit will not be renewed. Next year, all direct contact leaders must be fully trained for their positions by the unit renewal on or before December 10th, 2027. So direct contact leaders, in addition to scoutmasters, this now includes assistant scoutmasters. On the cub level, that's assistant cubmasters, assistant cubmasters, as well as den leaders and assistant den leaders. You've got basically almost a year and a half to get that position-specific training if you don't have it already. We also want to point out the importance of SYT, Safeguarding Youth Training. This is the replacement for youth protection training that we've all taken for years, the YPT. If you haven't taken it yet, you have until the end of May to take it. Everybody has been set to expire their training at the end of May this year. So in about 7-8 weeks from now, you have to have taken the new SYT training. If you have not completed the new SYT training, you will be dropped from your membership in Scouting America by Great Trail Council on May 27th. That's a Wednesday. So make sure that you take it before then. There's almost 1,100 scouters right now in Great Trail Council that need to take the new training. Don't wait until the last minute, because there's tens of thousands of others just like you around the country, and we know the servers are going to get overwhelmed. They're not that great to begin with. We know it's going to get even worse. So please go right now and take the training. It's a 90-minute training session. You take it online and you do that once. In subsequent years, there's only going to be a 20-minute refresher course that you have to take. You won't have to retake it. It is going to be an annual training, though. So a 90-minute first-time course and then a 20-minute refresher. So again, you need to take this if you haven't by May 27th, or you will be dropped from your membership and you'll have to re-register, fill out a new application, all that all over again. All right, that is going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone who helped behind the scenes, and thank you for watching. Our next Cub Scouts Roundtable will be on Thursday, May 7th, and our next Scouts BSA Roundtable will be on Thursday, June 4th, all right here, beginning at 7 p.m. on YouTube Live. To close out tonight, we have a video from the National Council talking to Scouts BSA leaders on why they are scouting leaders. Thank you for all you do for scouting. We'll see you on the trail. Good night, everyone.
I'm Jen, Assistant Scoutmaster, Troop 299, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. As a mom of boys, my job was primarily to be the driver to Scouts. My husband was a leader, he was involved, but I was really the mom that just sat in the back of the room. And after doing that for a while, my Scoutmaster approached me and invited me to be a volunteer. And I felt completely unqualified to do something like that, and he invited me again. I realized I didn't really have an outdoorsy background. So after I got some training, I went to my first summer camp. And I was exposed to all these outdoor opportunities that I'd never been exposed to before. And it unlocked this desire to do all these fun things that I'd never done before. And since then, I went from being the mom sitting in the back, waiting for the scout meeting to be over, to this person who loves adventure. Had it not been for that Scoutmaster inviting me, including me, I would not be doing all the things that I love to do outdoors today. I'm extremely thankful for scouting, for igniting a passion in me for the outdoors and just exposing me to things that I didn't even know I loved to do, that I do all the time now. So for that, I'm really thankful.
I'm Tommy Lee Hayes Brown. I'm Troop Committee Chair with Troop 63. I got into scouting through my son. My son saw another scout selling popcorn, so we went over to support that scout, and the scout was telling my son all about the fun things that you can do with scouting, the bow and arrows and the canoeing and the fishing. And he was in 4th grade at the time and was really excited about it and really wanted to do it and was relentless about it for 2 years. So 6th grade, we joined Boy Scouts. And at that time, I have 4 sons, so we all just did it together. And through scouting and my son needing a den leader, I joined the organization and eventually got so involved and loved every aspect of it that it took me out of my comfort zone. And what I gained from it was really unexpected, is that, some lifelong friends. And because I was around so many great kids and so many great parents, I was like, I really want to be a part of this organization. What you put into scouting, you get out of scouting. and I got a treasure trove of stuff.
I've been in scouting for over 14 years. I love the program. I believe in the program. Some of the stuff that we notice living here in Austin, Texas is when kids come into scouting, a lot of times they're a little bit on the nervous side, don't really know what to expect. And it's a deal where we start letting them know the advantages they do have in scouting. Some of the things that scouts are learning, and when they come in, the role models aren't quite there that a lot of us like have. That's where scouting kicks in. We are role models. We show them that there's other alternatives for them. Not only does it affect the scout himself, but it also helps affect their family life. Because their parents sometimes join in and they start learning how to be better leaders.